Don't say that WellsMania, don't listen to you. You are now running wild with a brand new episode of WellsMania Podcast. This right here is episode 219, and I am the greatest wrestling content creator of all time. WellsMania, go buy the merch at brainbustertees.com. Yes, you can get this brand new WrestleMania 23 homage logo WellsMania merch. It's running wild all over brainbustertees.com. But this episode right here, I'm joined. All hail the king of wrestling content creators, Stone Pain Productions. What's up, brother?
How's it hanging?
Dude,
it's good.
It's
good to be the king and the goat, isn't it?
It is, man, because, when you got the king and the goat united together, there's literally nobody else out there that can beat us, especially King Coley. That wannabe king. Nah, man, he's more like the cartoon, like Lion King.
Well, I called him out a couple weeks ago, and the coward hadn't responded yet. So,
yeah, and it's really funny, man. Like this heel run that I'm on, I've been calling it my generational heel run, and that trend that's going around the Netflix documentary. I did one where I said that I'm preparing for my heel run of 2026, and I threw that out there, and man, it's kind of fun to see all the reactions that I've been getting from my heel run. And there are some people out there who don't want me to go back to being face. They want me to stay heel until the end of time. And one of those people that does want me to go back to being face is King Coley, because I think he knows what you and I both know. As long as you and I are like this, he can't touch us. He can't touch that content title that you've got. That's for damn sure.
No. And well, there's a reason he didn't beat either of us in the tournament. I mean, when he's out there and the best he's got is calling me bald and saying you're on steroids, no wonder he didn't win the tournament. Those are the best shots that he's got.
Shots, pun intended, because he did. He said, go take another shot, a steroid shot, and shut up. Well, the fact that you think I'm on the juice when I'm not on the juice, I mean, that's like one of the best compliments that anybody can ever tell you, is when they think you're on PEDs or steroids when I know I'm not. And if you don't believe me, I'll take a drug test for you all day, all night. But yeah, Peyton, it's been a lot of fun being the bad guy, man. For all those years where you tried to get me to go to the dark side and to really tap into that heel persona that and I both know that I've had it inside all along, and finally I've unleashed it, and man, it has been a wild ride.
It is fun. Well, in the words of Scott Hall, bad times don't last, but bad guys do. So
you're damn right. You're damn right. And, a lot of people keep blowing me up. When's the next episode of WellsMania Podcast? I missed the old WellsMania. You used to put out content every week and blah, 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 and shut your mouth. I don't care. I do things how I want to do it. So the fact that I got Stone Pain Productions, who's one of the busiest dudes in the industry, to take the time out of his busy day to run wild with me, you're very welcome. We are blessing you with another episode of WellsMania Podcast. But you know what? We're not going to give you the long episodes that you all are familiar with. So you will get what you get, and you will deal with it. This episode, though, Peyton, we've got Fanatics Fest and Saturday night's main event at Madison Square Garden this weekend. And you, brother, you will be there for both. So why don't you go ahead and tell all the listeners and viewers out there, what is Fanatics Fest and what all will you be doing at Fanatics Fest?
Well, Fanatics Fest apparently is like the new Comic-Con of sports, I guess, if you will. This is like the third or fourth year they've ran it. I don't know off the top of my head. It's been in New York every single year, every summer. I've always wanted to attend it. it always looks fun. And it just so happens that the cards aligned this year to allow me to do it. I'm not going to be there a lot. I believe I'm only going for one day. Because I will say the pricing is a little ridiculous. But
It's up there.
It's up there. But we're making it happen. I will be there on Sunday. So if you are around Fanatics Fest on Sunday and you see me walking around, come up and say hi to me. As of right now, it's just going to be kind of going and just feeling it out, getting a vibe, making some content. I do have a meet and greet with Obafemi planned. But other than that, I'm just kind of winging it, kind of playing it by ear. He's kind of my first Fanatics Fest. I just kind of want to see how it goes, what it's like.
Did you see that Johnny Gargano will be doing the planking in his photo ops?
Yeah, he's been doing that a lot, which is funny for the photo ops. I was hoping I'd get Rhea Ripley, but she's going to be there on Thursday, which is the day I'm driving into New York, so that's not going to work out.
Have you ever been to New York?
A couple times, yes.
Okay.
I've been there a couple times. And it's always been a bucket list item for me to go to a show in the Mecca, the infamous Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
And I finally get to check that off my bucket list. Because fun fact, I don't know if you know this or not, Madison Square Garden holds a very special place for me and my family, because my grandmother and grandfather are actually two of the most famous roller derby skaters of all time.
Really?
And they are actually in the Madison Square Garden Hall of Fame.
That's badass.
They sold that arena out more times than Bruno Sammartino did back in the days when roller derby was at its peak.
Yeah.
So they were a part of the New Jersey Jolters. So that is a big thing for us. So being able to go there and finally get to experience a show in the Garden, knowing that history is going to be special.
Now, do they have some sort of like plaque or some sort of Hall of Fame, something or other inside Madison Square Garden where you can go see that for your grandparents?
I believe that they have something. I will have to double check. I know that they have a wall of sorts where, like, they run through like the history of the Garden. I do think they have like a Hall of Fame section in there. So I'm hoping that I can find it. I've never been in the Garden, and I'll be flying solo to that show. So, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to make my way in there.
That'll be really cool to find that, because then you can take pictures and make content. And after all, you are the content creator champion, so you'll have the championship title with you. Now, Peyton said that, if you see him, come up to him. If you're lucky enough, Peyton might take a picture with you in the content creator title. I know Noemi was very lucky enough to get a picture with you when you went to Raw in Chicago.
Well, she was nice enough. She knows who the king is. She acknowledged me as her content creator champion. So, if you acknowledge me as the king, I'm very happy to give the people who acknowledge me as the champ,
the peasants.
They're just due. But if you're gonna be a douchebag, then no, I'll probably pull a Ric Flair and tell you to fuck off. But
speaking of that, Aiden Achong will be there. He is in New York. He will be at Fanatics Fest. He will be at Madison Square Garden, I believe, for Saturday night's main event. I know that there's a little bit of beef there.
He's jealous.
You two.
He's jealous. That's all it is.
I told Aiden, Aiden was on live last night, and he was with his girlfriend, his new girlfriend. They were on a TikTok live together.
Yeah.
And I jumped in there and I said, Aiden, be on the lookout for the king of content creators, the content creator champion, Stone Pain Productions. He will be running wild all throughout Fanatics Fest, New York, MSG, Saturday night's main event. So there's no excuse because, Aiden talks a big game and he's taking shots at you left and right on past episodes of WellsMania Podcast. So let's just see if he could put his money where his mouth is. You will literally be in his territory, in his hood, in his city. So Aiden Achong, the challenge, I'm laying it out there for you right now. When and if you are lucky enough to even cross paths with the content creator champion Stone Pain Productions, Peyton will challenge you right then and there for a match. You can challenge him for the title, but Peyton, you'll lay it out right there. You'll be like, if you want some, come get some.
I'll beat his ass and make his girlfriend count the 3 right in Fanatics Fest. I don't care.
That's some content right there. We need that.
Any and all comers, because King Coley obviously don't have the balls to come fight me, so I need challengers.
Yeah.
So
King Coley talk to me, baby. He talks a big game, but that's all he does. Literally, all he does is talk. There's no walk with King Coley. It's all talk, no walk. He ain't no king.
Everybody,
he's like the Burger King, man. It's like Jerry the King Lawler all over again.
Everybody talks a big game until it's time to actually throw down. So
exactly. But speaking of Madison Square Garden, there's a lot of pro wrestling history that has taken place in the Mecca. Personally, I have never been to New York, but like you said, Madison Square Garden, I feel like is on every pro wrestling fan's bucket list just because of all the history that has taken place inside Madison Square Garden. Several WrestleManias have taken place inside. It's hard to imagine now WrestleMania taking place in Madison Square Garden, but that's where it all started. WrestleMania in Madison Square Garden is where it all started. And of course, WrestleMania 10, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, and Razor Ramon, and one of the greatest, most iconic ladder matches of all time, took place inside Madison Square Garden. So, Peyton, I'm going to ask you, what is your personal favorite Madison Square Garden wrestling moment? The king of content creators, what is your all-time favorite wrestling moment inside Madison Square Garden?
There's so many good ones, but if I gotta pick one, I gotta say it's the moment that hot-shotted the WWE into its absolute peak era in wrestling history, and that is when Stone Cold hit Mr. McMahon with the stunner for the very first time. That moment, and we all remember how awful the stunner was.
Oh yeah. Vince couldn't sell that stunner to save his life.
But my God, did MSG come unglued that night? And that is the moment that I think really launched Stone Cold into the stratosphere, because it had never been done before. No one had ever laid out the boss like that before. And Austin did it in the most famous arena in the world, and it made him the biggest star in wrestling history. So it's gotta be Stone Cold hitting Vince with the stunner.
Great choice, man. Great choice. My all-time favorite, I think you know where I'm going with this. From one GOAT to another, 2008, the Royal Rumble, when John Cena entered at number 30 and shocked everybody because Cena had been out with an injury. So nobody expected John Cena to be in the Royal Rumble. But once entrant 30's number was the time is now. John came out, did the epic pose, got all rowdy and rambunctious, went in there, cleaned house, and ended up winning the 2008 Royal Rumble. And yes, to this day, that is my all-time mark out moment I don't think, Peyton, I don't think it'll ever get greater than John winning the Rumble, making a surprise return in the Royal Rumble. I mean, that's what Royal Rumbles are all about, is surprise returns. And that might be the greatest surprise return of all time. But that is, you had to see that coming, right? You had to.
Oh yeah, there's no
that coming.
No shocker there.
Now let's get into it, brother. Saturday night's main event, Madison Square Garden. You will be there. Definitely, I'll be living vicariously through you. One of these days, I hope to make it to New York.
And I'll tell you what, and I'm sure we're gonna get at it later, but if anybody out there was thinking about joining Club WWE,
oh yeah,
do it because the discounts on the tickets are fantastic. I got 30% off my ticket to Saturday night's main event. So, I mean, 30% off is a pretty big discount. I mean,
yeah, and I'm glad you brought it up. Club WWE, for those that don't know, it's the ultimate WWE insider membership built for fans who want more. Here's everything included, and it's all for $99 a year. So that is $8.25 per month when you sign up for a year. So $8.25 a month, $99 a year. You get exclusive content, which means you go deeper with backstage moments, superstar shows, and interview exclusives and extended wrestling content you can't find anywhere else. Like Peyton just said, ticketing and live events. You get exclusive ticket pre-sale access, flash discounts, and member-only live events on site, like dedicated entrances and lounges. Then you've got members-only shop. And this is, Peyton, where I get a little intrigued because there's something in here that definitely piques my interest. You can own gear that nobody else can buy, member-only colorways, limited edition capsule collections, and collaboration pieces designed exclusively for Club WWE, including John Cena's Never 17 collection, plus flash discounts available only to members. So, Peyton, there are the rumors that Cena debunked, because they're not rumors, they're facts. There were 17 shirts that were unreleased during the John Cena farewell tour. Well, it sounds like those shirts will now be released to Club WWE members. So for somebody like me who literally owns every single John Cena farewell tour t-shirt, this piques my interest. And for $99 a year, if all those shirts come out within the next year, I'm not sure exactly if they'll all be available at once or if they'll release one every month, or I'm not sure how they're going to do it, but that definitely piques my interest. And of course, digital community and points and rewards. So Club WWE, $99 a year. Peyton is definitely, you are signing up for that. I mean,
oh yeah,
both of us are on the
I'm on the founding members list.
Yeah, because I signed up for that as well.
Yeah, which has allowed me to get my discount for Saturday night's main event. And I believe they're also going to be running a big discount for SummerSlam tickets for members as well. But $99 a year, I mean, there's going to be some people that complain. To me, that's a lot cheaper than what I thought it was going to be. I was expecting it to be like $400 or $500, knowing TKO. So $8 a month, you know, as many shows and stuff as I go to, I mean, you know, I think it'll be worth every penny, at least for me. Some people, maybe not, but for me, I think it'll be worth it.
Yeah, because I don't really have the time like I used to ever since becoming a dad. My life has changed for the better. But with that, and fellow parents can relate to this, is you don't have the ability to go do certain things like you once did, because I mean, my kid is my life. My wife and my kid are my life. So I can't necessarily go to events as freely as I once did before. So I probably would sign up mainly for the Cena t-shirts that I didn't get, the Never 17 collection. But I'm going to try, man. I'm still trying to go to shows when I can go, but unfortunately I won't be able to make it to SummerSlam in Minnesota because I've got family birthday obligations that Saturday and Sunday. So family comes before everything in my world, and I'm sure you feel the same way, Peyton. But let's get to Saturday night's main event, Madison Square Garden. We've got Roman Reigns appearing at the show, and he will be accompanied by NBA champion New York Knicks, the 2026 NBA champions, superstar Jalen Brunson. So, not exactly sure what we're doing here with Roman Reigns and Jalen Brunson. I know in the past we've seen Jalen Brunson interact with Tyrese Halliburton from the Indiana Pacers, but Tyrese Halliburton is still recovering from his Achilles injury that he suffered. He missed all of last season. So, what do you think Roman and Jalen Brunson are going to be doing? Just acknowledging one another as being the champ?
I feel like that you have to have Rollins do something here. I mean, it would, I mean, like, I guess if it's just them coming out and being like, acknowledge us and you get a crowd pop, okay, but like, I guess what's the point of that? Just to get Roman on the show to try to sell tickets for the event?
It's exactly probably what it is. Just to have him there.
But I mean, if you're on the creative team, I think you could do something a little bit better. I'd have Seth or somebody come out, start a fight, maybe give Jalen a stomp, do something with it.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I'm not ruling out the fact that we might not see Tyrese Halliburton, but I don't think he's anywhere near ready to do any physical wrestling, let alone getting back on the basketball court. I know he's getting closer, but that would make sense having Seth Rollins bring Tyrese Halliburton to confront Roman Reigns and Jalen Brunson. I mean, that just plays back off of Brunson and Halliburton in the past. Now, the matches that we do know that will be taking place, we've got a no DQ match, Danhausen versus JD McDonough with Dirty Dom. And the reason that this is a no DQ match is because we all know the Judgment Day is going to get involved. They always do. So having a no DQ match makes sense. Now, Danhausen says that he's got a friend in the New York area that he'll have for backup. Now, Peyton, who is this friend? Like, let's speculate here. Who do we think Danhausen has on call for backup?
I don't know. That's, there was a lot of rumors about maybe Enzo and Cass being that backup, but after Raw this week, where we already saw a vignette about Big Cass returning August 3rd, I don't know if I feel like that would rule them out, at least Cass. I mean, the vignette was more about him than it was Enzo. So maybe Enzo could be that backup.
How you going?
I don't know. And then there was also the rumor that Baron Corbin was going to be the guy on the table under the cloak, but that obviously is not happening. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the game plan is here. Is it going to be someone even wrestling related, or is it just going to be some celebrity? I don't know.
Yeah. I did hear a couple names. Mike Santana. I heard his name being thrown out there because he's from the Bronx. Enzo. I heard Enzo's name. But it's going to be interesting. But I think we both can agree Danhausen's going to win this match.
Yeah. Danhausen is too popular. He's too over. JD McDonough, like he's great in the ring, but let's be real. I don't think he is going to be the one to stop the movement that is Danhausen. So Danhausen absolutely wins and gets a moment in the Garden.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see who Danhausen brings in for back of. The next match is one of your favorite titles are on the line. The women's tag team titles. In case you forgot, the champions are Paige and Brie Bella. They are taking on Fatal Influence, Lainey Reed and Fallon Henley with JC Jane. I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's time for new champs.
It's time for new champs, 100%.
What the hell have Paige and Brie Bella
Nothing.
done? Yeah, literally. They've done nothing since winning the titles at WrestleMania. So it's time to put the titles on a team that's actually active.
And if you want any more evidence of why I claim the tag team titles are worthless pieces of trash, all right, those titles have hindered the return of Paige. They've done nothing for her. They have benefited Paige in no way, shape, or form since coming back. If anything, they've hurt her return because she's been stuck in a pointless tag team division where the titles haven't even been defended because there is no division. Paige should have come back and immediately been thrown into the world title picture, but no, she's been stuck with Brie Bella in a shitty tag team that has done nothing for her career, and now practically nobody even remembers that she's back in the first place. So,
which is sad too, man, because somebody like Paige, who we've been wanting to see for a very long time, like you said, just got shelved in the women's tag team division. And
yes,
I know you've been a little bit more vocal about the women's tag team titles over the past, ever since their debut. But I've actually, I agree with you. The women's tag team titles, it's cool in theory and concept, but when you're not really doing anything with the tag titles, they don't mean anything. They're literally just there for show, and nobody just wants a there for show champion. We want fighting champions. We want the belts to be actually defended and to matter and to mean something. And you got very talented women here, but they're not being used to their full potential. And I think Paige, the best thing for her is to lose, and then therefore she can break away and go get a run on the main event scene in the women's division.
And Fallon and Lainey are an actual tag team. So they can benefit from it. And like, the thing is, I'm not hating on the women involved in these matches. I'm hating on the titles themselves and the division because they don't mean anything.
No.
Like, if the tag team titles were treated with respect and they actually built a real division out of it, and the people that held the titles benefited from being champion, that would be a whole nother thing. It'd be like, yeah, they're worth it. But no one that has held these belts has ever truly benefited from holding the belts. They're cursed championships.
I say most of the time someone gets hurt, someone gets injured when they become a women's tag team champion. So, and originally this was supposed to be Nikki and Brie winning, but Nikki was hurt and she couldn't compete. Therefore, bringing in Paige was a great moment. But that's all this has been, is a moment. And we need an actual reign, an actual run. Make us care, make us get invested. Like, if you have championship titles, they're supposed to be worthy of winning. I don't just want to be a champion and then the title sits there and I don't do anything with it.
Let's be real. It's not even just the women. I mean, the women's tag titles have never been good. They've never been treated properly. The tag team division as a whole in WWE, other than AAA and NXT, is absolute dog shit right now. There are no tag teams on either Raw or SmackDown. Damian Priest and R-Truth have done fuck all as champions. I mean, the belts are literally just sitting on their shoulders collecting dust. We don't need to go into it very much, but last night on Raw was the best tag team segment that the tag team division has seen in years between the Vision, Otis, and Tozawa. So there's a glimmer of hope there, but you have to build divisions. And the WWE, all they've done is fire 90% of the fucking tag teams in the company.
And I see you, Maxine. I see that I've inspired you to turn heel this summer, lining up with my twin, Austin Theory. I definitely support that 100%. But now we'll move on, man. We'll move on from the women's tag team titles. You and I both agree we're going to have new champs in the Garden. We have another women's match on the card, Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. And Lyra Valkyria also taking a little page out of WellsMania's book and just having enough of people's shit and taking it out on Bayley. However, in my booking mind, Bayley's going to win this match because we need another match at SummerSlam. And I think we're going to get Bayley versus Lyra at SummerSlam. So in order for that to happen, I think Bayley getting a win in the Garden is the direction that we're going. Do you agree with that, or do you have something different?
I'm gonna disagree on this one. I actually think Lyra takes this one. I don't think it's clean. I think she cheats to kind of solidify her as not being a face anymore. But they've debuted this new character with Lyra. What it is, I don't really know. She came out looking like a sea hag on Raw this week, which I'm not going to shit on it because I haven't seen enough of it yet. But
Yeah.
the look was interesting, you know. I think that if you have her lose already the same week as debuting this new gimmick, I think it kind of kills the momentum. So I feel like Lyra needs the win more than Bayley here, and Bayley can be protected in the loss if it's not a clean loss. So I think Lyra takes this one.
It can go either way, but I'm just looking at the SummerSlam because that's where we're going after Saturday night's main event, and I can see us having this match again. But in my opinion, I feel like in order for that to happen, I think Bayley needs to get the win, and then Lyra's like takes the time to realize, what can I do differently? Can I get more aggressive? Can I be more of a heel? That's kind of how I feel like she's going. And look, trust me, take it from me, somebody who has turned heel. Once you really embrace that, you can unlock certain aspects about you that you know have always been there, but once you really embrace them, my goodness, Lyra could also possibly have a generational heel run if she realizes what is inside. That takes us to the main event of Saturday night's main event. It's a tag team match. We've got CM Punk, the undisputed WWE champion, CM Punk, tag teaming with Cody Rhodes versus Gunther and Sami Zayn. And Peyton, one of my all-time favorite wrestling moments was CM Punk beating Sami Zayn to become the new undisputed WWE champion. And I've been no stranger here on WellsMania social media telling you all that Sami Zayn is a joke. He's never been deserving of being a world champion. There's a reason why he was never a world champion in his career. WWE felt sorry for Sami Zayn and allowed him to get his little moment in Saudi Arabia, only to have it just not mean a damn thing, having him lose to CM Punk. It was always in the script for Sami to, hey, maybe I am main event worthy. Maybe I am, going to be a lengthy world champion. No, you're a little bitch. Always have been, always will be. You're a mid-carder at best. As a matter of fact, you're even lucky to be in the WWE. You've got AEW and Indie written all over you. So the fact that you somehow managed to get Triple H to buy into you winning the world title, that is as great as you'll ever be. And it wasn't even that great, Sami. It was a stupid ass moment that nobody cared about. Fatherless and I became even more united because we both can't stand your little bitch ass. So the fact that you're even in this Saturday night's main event match, consider yourself very lucky because you're not deserving. You're not worthy. And we all know that Punk and Cody are going to whoop you and Gunther's ass. And that's how the night is going to end. CM Punk and Cody Rhodes win this tag team match. Fuck off, Sami Zayn, you little bitch.
Wow. All right. That was a hell of a rant. You're taking a page out of my book.
I just can't stand him, man. I can't stand him. Never have, never will. I tolerated him when he was when he was with the bloodline. He kind of showed some likability, but barely. And then he fucked it all up. It just, dude, I just don't like him. I don't like him. I can't get behind him. I just think he's a little bitch.
I'll see.
He had that little crash out moment that the fans caught. That was real. Fans are realizing that Sami Zayn is a little bitch.
Well, see, I actually have been enjoying what Sammy's been doing lately. I've thought that the last real good guy gimmick has been fun. So I'm not gonna fully agree with your thoughts on Sammy, but I understand. I get it. We have people we hate. You know how I felt about John Cena, so it all makes sense. But I agree with you. Punk and Cody are going to win. Sammy and Gunther are not going to take this one. Punk and Cody standing tall at the end of the show in the Garden makes the most sense. That'll be how you send the crowd home happy. And I believe the way it's going to happen is I do think Sammy's going to eat the pin. So I think you're going to be happy there. And I think that Nick Aldis is going to come back and fuck over Gunther. I think that's how that's going to play out. Nick is going to screw Gunther over in the Garden. And then that will set up the match that everybody wants to see, which is Nick Aldis versus Gunther at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
People want to see Nick in the ring. They want to see Nick and Gunther. I think that would be an absolute fucking banger of a match. Whether it's a one-off for Nick or there will be more planned matches in the future, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if Gunther claims another career in the form of Nick Aldis. And this is one of those things where it's like Nick gets his one match in the WWE, but it's also like his career's on the line.
First and last.
Yeah. I don't know. But I think that's how it goes down. I think Nick costs Gunther and Sammy the match, and Punk and Cody take the dub.
I like that because we need to get back on the career killer momentum that Gunther had after retiring Cena heading into 2026. The steam's kind of gone off of that, and I get it. Not every match that Gunther has is a career-ending match, but when they are, and you need to really ramp that up, and you need to have Nick Aldis still believe that he's still got a lot left in the tank, but then Gunther gives him a reality of, now you're fucking done and I'm going to end you at SummerSlam. So yeah, I agree with you 100%. I do believe that is where we're going with Gunther and Nick Aldis. Doesn't fucking matter what Sami Zayn does, but we all know that Punk and Rhodes will be going one-on-one at SummerSlam, so having them have a nice little stare down to end Saturday night's main event, leading to their dream match, so to speak. I know a lot of people have been wanting to see Punk versus Rhodes ever since Cody and Punk came back to WWE from AEW. So we're going to get that finally. We're going to get CM Punk versus Cody, these versions of Punk and Cody at SummerSlam. But Peyton, those are our Saturday night's main event predictions. I hope you have a great time running wild inside Madison Square Garden. Is there anything else that you want to bless the viewers with before we go home here?
No, not really. I think just a reiteration of, if you see me in New York and I deem you worthy enough to say hi to, come up and talk to me. I might take a picture with you. And the same goes for Minneapolis. I will also be in Minneapolis for SummerSlam. So if you see me in Minnesota SummerSlam weekend, come up and say hi. I will be running around doing all of the SummerSlam things. They just announced SummerSlam Takeover, which is, I think, like their version of the big WrestleMania world for SummerSlam. And I will be attending. This is actually cool. I will give more details on it when we get closer to the SummerSlam episode of the show, but I will be attending a big post-show SummerSlam party Saturday night that will host a lot of content creators and talent from AEW, TNA, and even WWE. So that'll be fun.
That will be, man. That'll be a lot of fun. Great content to be made. The king of content creators, the content creator champion, Stone Pain Productions. Thank you so much, brother, for running wild with me. Everybody go follow Stone Pain Productions on every social media site. Follow me, WellsMania, on every social media site. Go to brainbustertees.com, buy Stone Pain Productions merch, buy WellsMania merch. And once again, you are all very welcome that Peyton and I took the time to bless you with this episode 219 of WellsMania Podcast. You know, until next episode, whenever I decide to put it out, take care, stay positive, run wild, dominate the day. I am the greatest wrestling content creator of all